Dottie Berger McKinnon hadn't set foot in a classroom for more than 20 years when she decided to go back to school. Her first choice was Hillsborough Community College.
And the reason I chose HCC is because actually when you're an adult student, it's pretty intimidating to go to school, and the thought of going to USF was a little overwhelming, but going into HCC and gradually getting into the groove of going to school really I thought was perfect for me.
She recalls being the oldest student in her class. But that didn't stop Dottie from earning her Associate of Arts degree or going on to graduate from the University of South Florida.
And it took me 6 years and 4 months going at night, and so I finally got my degree in May of 1984, and it was fabulous.
It wasn't easy to make it all work. She had 2 children at home, and studying took over any free time she had, usually between 3 and 7 a.m.
My daughter said to me one time, "Mom, you know, why don't you quit? Because it's a lot of, when you're going at night and you got a family, you got a full-time job, why don't you quit?" And I thought, quit? It never occurred to me I would quit. You know, I'm focused. You know, I don't have that option. Once you make the decision to do it, you just do it.
That's a life philosophy for this former Hillsborough County Commissioner, who has spent much of her adult life in service to others, especially the most vulnerable. Tonight, Hillsborough Community College recognizes Dottie Berger McKinnon for outstanding contributions as a distinguished alumnus and for making our community a better place. Among her proudest accomplishments is co-founding Joshua House, a group home for children removed from their parents, and more recently, creating a Kids Place of Tampa Bay, another residential program that keeps siblings together in foster care.
I felt like foster kids didn't have a voice, and they need people like me to stand up, you know, and speak for them, especially the really little kids.
Her compassion for children proved infectious.
I can still remember the day she walked into my office and how she unrolled all the plans for the Joshua House, and she explained to me exactly what the Joshua House was going to do and the children it was going to help. And I just remember kind of that breathless way that she kind of all spilled out. The words were just tumbling out, and the passion that she had for this project. I mean, when you talk to her and she speaks of children who have suffered from abuse, I mean, the tears just well up and are there because she cares so much, and she sees the injustice and the horrors that many children have to go through. And she's determined that her work on earth is going to be about helping those children.
That's how Dottie's friends describe her. Sometimes maybe a little too determined.
Dottie has an inimitable way of roping all of her friends into her causes. She's one of these people, when she asks you, you don't dare say no.
The 2 women met at a gym 10 years ago and bonded over their battles with breast cancer. Both are survivors and both fierce defenders of children's rights. So it didn't take long for Dottie to get the judge hooked on helping at Joshua House.
She just has a very nice style, and when she wants something done, she's a bulldog, but not a nasty bulldog. She's a real nice little bulldog.
Sometimes that tenacity put her at odds with others.
You know, Dottie was always a by-the-book person. You know, sometimes we weren't always on the same side of every issue, but I always had great respect for Dottie. She was a great listener.
And a tireless advocate. During the past 26 years, Dottie has received 33 awards for her community activism, including 6 last year. Among them, a Lifetime Achievement Award from the League of Women Voters.
She works hard. She never quits. Relentless when she gets something in her mind that she's going to do, an effort that she takes part in. She doesn't quit till it's over with.
She just leads by example, and that's probably her greatest gift. She's not sitting somewhere saying, and you go do this and you go do that. She leads by example. She walks the walk, and I think that's probably her greatest asset.
It's an example that has touched many lives.
I think people see her as the conscience of our community for our children, that we cannot forget the children who are abused and neglected, and Dottie has been their champion for decades. And when you think of Dottie Berger, you think of a champion for children.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all was happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside.